Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. I'm G, and a couple of whiles ago I said I was working on a big Warframe video. Well, this ain't it. I'm still working on that one. I hope to have it ready before the end of the year, but I can't promise anything because I got a new job and it's, fiddling with my schedule. But I did want to talk about the new update, Lua Spray. Now, right as you enter Warframe, you get this wonderful animation with the queen that is still alive, and we still haven't killed this one. But it is really, really good. I noticed that the movement and even her facial animation was a lot better than what it used to be. For my opinion, I think it's probably got something to do with what they were working with the Airship Syndicate, because I am familiar with their work and they're really good at this type of things. So maybe that was what happened, maybe not. Still, it was very good. And with the Lua Spray, the now update, we now have Voruna and her weapons. Now, Voruna was created by the creative director Airship Syndicate, Joe Mad, or Joe Madureira, and it has that she-wolf likeness to it. Although from what I've heard, her abilities aren't really that werewolf-like. I mean, she is good, people are saying they love her, but she doesn't seem to have that kit that you relate to werewolves. Still, she looks pretty cool, and I cannot wait to get her.
With one last ululating cry, Tuvor's ritual reached its peak. Within the crypod.
Now, to get Voruna and her weapons, Perigale, which is a sniper, and an axe called Sarofang, you have two new game modes, or one game mode that has two levels, which is Conjunction Survival in Lua. Now, for the tier 1, you have enemies from 25 to 80, and the bosses that appear are taken from the Zariman missions, and they don't spawn the ghost when they die. But at tier 2, which is the level up to 80 to 100, there the enemy that appears, the boss that appears from the Zariman, I think it's called the Centurion, he does spawn the ghost and you have to kill them before it. Now, I gotta say, I'm slightly disappointed at this because they should, at least I would prefer that they would create a new boss at the end of the rotation for this mission. But they just reuse the one that you already knew and put it here. I mean, I like the mechanics that you have to use to kill them to use the operator, but I think they should have made a new boss. I mean, it could be a ghost form tension for that, he walks around and maybe he would attack you at some point. But no, they decided to use a previous one, and I think it was a missed opportunity. These missions also have a particularity that is different from any other survival, which is you can use the Necromech. Now, I've heard that you can use it for 2 minutes and then he has a cooldown of 10 minutes to call him again, but that doesn't seem to be so. That seems to be after being patched. So you can call him for 2 minutes and then he goes away, and you can call him back after 5 minutes, which is a lot better than what it used to be, because Conjunction Survival, or any form of survival, usually takes 20 minutes to get to rotation C, so you could only use it twice. But here you can use it at the end of every rotation to fight at least the Centurion that appears. So, and I think that's really, really good. Now, another thing that you will notice right away is that the enemies have a new health bar. Now, when they get immune to some kind of status effect, it shows up on the right side of the bar. I'm not very happy with this. This is very hard to read, and it just makes the bars longer. I mean, sure, appearing all those symbols below the bars wasn't it was getting kind of too much, kind of confusing, but they were I think they were more readable than this. I much prefer they would keep them under the bar and trick them really, then have that shield. When they have shield gating against that status, that particular status has a form of a shield around it. When they don't, when they're just affected by the status, it's just the icon with color. But I think putting them to the right side, especially when you're fighting lots of sentients together with the enemies, they have status affecting them. So it gets a little bit confusing. Sometimes it gets a lot of confusion, especially when you feel bad. So I don't really agree with this change. I agree that with colors it's more readable, the icons, but not the dispositions. I don't really agree with it. Another thing that you will notice is that the ammos now have a new design. They keep the same colors, but the designs have different. Now, it's really hard to see because in the middle of battle everything is just chaotic, but you will notice, at least for the heavy weapons, is bigger, so it's a lot more easier to spot it, especially if you have heavy weapons, if you're using the Archons. So it's a nice change, although I gotta say that some of them at the first glance look like testes. So yeah, you might go look into that. We also got a new Nightwave, which is a new Nightwave for Nora. We kept the same design of the Nora credits, which I think is weird because at least if we could just save the credits for the new pass, that would be awesome. But of course, they want people to play the game and they just can't give everything away. Imagine if you saved all the credits from the previous season or even the previous pass, and then you can just spend them all here. You just jump through everything. So yeah, it's the same design, but it's cool. Now, what is bad, at least for me, is that most of the rewards I already have. So I'm really just playing for the weapon slots, for the new mods that will come for some of the weapons, and for the proto skin that is right at the end for the Necromag. Now, I saved the absolute best for last, and with this update came something that I personally wanted for a long time, which is a fallback system. Now, in Conjunction Survival, you get this Lua Thrax, which is like Thrax, but it's white, and you can take it to Yonta and trade for rewards that haven't dropped during your mission rotations. As you know, Warframe is a lot of grind. There's a lot of grind in it, and you have to play the same mode over and over again, and you get nothing. Sometimes you get nothing for it. In this case, you have this fallback system, which I actually think is very well balanced. I mean, for the rotations, if you do it in tier 1, at the end you'll get about 14 Lua Thrax, and in tier 2, Lua Thrax will go up to 21 or 20 something. To get most of the things in the Yonta, you'll need about 50. So you need to do this a lot of times. Of course, there's also a possibility that you could get the drop of the item that you want. So especially the voruna ones, which are really expensive, they have 75. But I think it works for now. For now, at least I can't say I'm dissatisfied with it. Oh, you thought I was going to say crossplay? Oh, no. Crossplay to me just puts Warframe on the par with so many other games right now. I mean, every other game right now that has an MMO has crossplay. Most of them actually have cross save. So to me, okay, it's very good. People are happy, fine. But to me, it's just Warframe playing catch up to be on par with so many other games. Games that at least Dauntless came out 3 years ago and already had this between all consoles and PC. So to me, it wasn't like this great event. It is good, but it wasn't the great event. The great event was actually this system, which I hope they expand to other missions. Maybe they could create a new resource called like Star or something like that, and you get the from each planet those stars, and then you go to a vendor. The very best thing would be something like we have with Varzia, the Unvault Primes, which now we go to Maru. And in Maru, there's the seller that sells you the old primes. So there could be an NPC there that just has everything from the game. You know, you need different currencies for everything, but because there's different missions for it. But it'll be nice to have a system that you can go and do that. This is very important for this game because this game is a lot of grind. There's a lot of grind, and then 8 years of grinding is a lot for most veteran players. And if new players want to come in and they have to grind for everything, they go like, no, I'm not even going to get into this. So I think it's an excellent fallback system. Some people call it a pity system. I don't think it's a pity. I think we're the ones who deserve to have a pity because we're playing a game for hours and hours and getting nothing. So yeah, I think this is a really game changer for anyone who's played the game, anyone who will play the game in the future, because I think if they're smart, they'll implement this for everything further ahead. So yeah, that was really cool. So all in all, this was a really good update. A great way for Digital Exchange to end the year of Warframe. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you do, please like and subscribe. And as always, have a great game, guys.